Welcome back to a new video. In this series, we travel through the myths of the ancient world. Not just to marvel at the gods and their glory, but to witness the struggles that shaped their dominion. Before Zeus sat on his high throne, before Olympus shone above the clouds, there was no single ruler of heaven and earth. The old order was fading. A new power was rising. This is the story of how the Olympians claimed their place among the gods. A story of ambition, of rebellion, of destiny fulfilled in thunder. The birth of a new generation. It began not with a crown, but with a prophecy. Cronus, king of the Titans, had taken power from his father, Uranus. But as the sky had warned him long ago, you too will be overthrown by your son. In fear, Cronus swallowed each of his children the moment they were born. Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Poseidon, all consumed, all trapped in darkness. But Rhea, his queen, refused to lose another child. On the island of Crete, she gave birth to Zeus in secret. She wrapped a stone in swaddling cloth and placed it in Cronus's hands. The king devoured it without suspicion. Zeus was hidden away, fed by the goat Amalthea, and guarded by the Curetes, warriors whose clashing spears drowned his cries. The last hope of a new age. The return of Zeus, the spark that ignited the rise. When Zeus reached manhood, he left the safety of Crete and returned in secret to the court of Cronus. With the guidance of the goddess Metis, he prepared a plan. A potion to force Cronus to disgorge his children. One drink and the Titan king choked. One by one, Zeus's brothers and sisters emerged, fully grown. Furious. Free. They stood together for the first time. Not as prisoners, but as a family. As a force. And in that moment, the rise of the Olympians began. Allies forged in the depths. But the Titans still ruled the heights of power. The Olympians needed more than courage. Gaia whispered to Zeus, "Free the ones your grandfather bound, and they will fight for you." In the black depths of Tartarus, Zeus unchained the Cyclopes and the Cenomanes. In gratitude, the Cyclopes gifted them divine weapons. The thunderbolt for Zeus, the trident for Poseidon, and the helm of invisibility for Hades. The 100-handed giants swore loyalty, promising to turn their fury on the Titans. The first clash. The Olympians claimed Mount Olympus as their seat. The Titans rallied on Mount Othrys. The sky darkened. The seas boiled. The earth shook under the weight of war. Zeus's thunder split the heavens. Poseidon's trident churned the seas into whirlpools. Hades moved unseen, striking fear into enemy ranks. Though the Titans fought fiercely, the balance of power had shifted. The young gods were no longer challengers. They were contenders for the throne of the world. The fall of the old order. At last, the Titans faltered. Zeus led the final assault, lightning flashing from his hands. The 100-handed ones hurled mountains as weapons. The old gods fell. Some were cast into Tartarus, bound in chains that would never break. Atlas was set apart, given the burden of holding up the sky forever. The age of the Titans ended, and the rule of the Olympians began. A throne divided. With victory won, Zeus stood as king of the gods. But the cosmos was too vast for one ruler. So the brothers divided it. Zeus took the sky. Poseidon ruled the sea. And Hades claimed the underworld. Hera, Demeter, and Hestia took their places as queens of Olympus. The Council of 12 was born. And for the first time, the world knew the rule of the Olympians. The meaning of the rise. The rise of the Olympians is not just a tale of war. It is the Greek story of renewal. Of youth toppling age. Of the inevitable march of change. It teaches that power is never permanent. That every ruler will one day face a challenger. And that every new order carries the seeds of its own downfall. The Olympians were not born as kings and queens. They became them. Through courage. through struggle, through the will to claim their place among the stars. Thank you for watching. If there's another myth you want us to explore, tell us in the comments. And remember, every throne was once empty. Every god was once unproven. And every legend begins with the choice to rise.